Hey, 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 everyone. How are we doing today? Hello, Ika. Hello, Brooke. We do have ads starting in a couple seconds. But I am here getting ready to stitch. We are going to start with 814 today. And then we'll move into a couple other colors. I think we have a fair amount of confetti to get through today because we're going to working on these color changes right here. Hopefully we can kind of get over to this area, which will be a little less confetti, and we will be good to go. I have hydration, I have food, the devices are charged enough to be working. So I think we're good to go. Oops, sorry, you guys saw my little code there. Hopefully I might have to edit that out. The timer's fine. I'm not worried about it. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. So we're starting with 814. And let's do this.
Welcome to StitcherX. I'm Flea, and I'm here to live, laugh, and craft with compassion. The Nerd Nook is an environment safe for everyone. Our only rule is no hate. We know some nerds are chatty and some nerds are lurky, so feel free to enjoy the stream however you like. I'm willing to discuss anything and everything, so drop questions or comments in the chat. If you're enjoying the stream, you'll enjoy our Discord and switching from TikTok to Twitch. Click the link in my bio for all my socials, my website, merch, and that switch to Twitch. Welcome to the Nerd Nook. I'm glad you're here.
Okay, so apparently I did not mark off 814, so we're not actually starting with 814. Today we're going to start with 646, and we're going to go ahead and knock that out. And then from 646, we are going to do 640, which is a one-off. 7 is a one-off. 611, we got a couple of stitches. 414, we have more stitches. But that's a little ways off. And then we got a couple of 451. So let's get into this confetti zone. So we are starting with 646. Oops, there we go. Separate that out. Rewind the bobbin. Put 646 down. Grab our little single thread. We're gonna get that needle threaded and start stitching. I am back from my little mini vacation. It's been 5 days since I've stitched, and I have missed it and y'all. Hopefully y'all missed me too. New York was amazing and wonderful. We had a blast. Cabaret was absolutely fantastic, and I recommend if you're in New York City and can afford it, you see this version of Cabaret as soon as possible. It was quite excellent, and very, very relevant to the current times, at least in American society, because the show is all about the slow indoctrination of the Nazis and how easy it is to become indoctrinated and not realize it. So that was amazing. And it was wonderful to see, and Baby Nerwith was an absolute gem. I'm so glad I can say that I have seen her live. Definitely was an achievement for me, something to cross off my bucket list. And that made me very happy. We had some amazing food, ate at some really cool places, had some of the best ramen I've ever had in my life. Ate at one of the best pizzerias in New York, had some really good beer, spent a bunch of time with my sister. Overall, it was just a really good, refreshing trip. It helped me feel very relaxed, and I am now excited and ready to be back here with y'all and stitching. Okay, 646 is getting put away. We hopped over to that little one while we were there. Now we are gonna pull out 640 and do 2 confetti stitches of 640. My wife and I got dressed up for Broadway, and if you're curious as to what we wore, you can join the Discord server by clicking the link in my bio, or the link that Aika is gonna share for us in chat in just a moment. Thank you. Yeah, that was us standing in line for cabaret. We are not the greatest at taking photos, so at least photos of us. We're really good at like taking photos of food, because that's what we care about. We don't necessarily care about how we look, but we did manage to take a photo for y'all so we could share it in the Discord of our happy little faces waiting in line to get into the Kit Kat Club. There was one thing I didn't like about the cabaret performance, and it's only because I am cognizant of my sober and non-drinking friends, and that is that they handed out free shots of schnapps to everyone that walked in the door that was over 21. And I thought that was like, for a minute, I thought it was cool. And then I was like, wait a minute, what about our sober peeps? And I have a friend that's going in October, and they are sober, and I warned them that they give out free shots. And it's not very good schnapps either. But the show was fabulous. It was so good. 10 out of 10 recommend. One of the best Broadway productions I've ever seen. And I have been fortunate to see quite a few Broadway productions. I do have to say, our flight home was absolutely terrible though, and that kind of sucked a lot. But there's not a lot you can do about that. So beyond having a terrible flight home, the whole trip was wonderful and phenomenal. I did do a super dumb thing on the way home that Annette is still mad at me for. And I'm mad at myself too because I injured myself. But I got on the wrong escalator because I don't have TSA pre and my wife does, so we have to go through security separately. And I got on the wrong escalator and I couldn't figure out where the other escalator was. So instead of riding the escalator all the way down and getting on an up one, I thought it would be a smart idea with my heavy backpack on to run up the down escalator. And then I tripped and fell at the top and had grill marks in both of my knees. So that's fun. It was great. I'm really glad my wife didn't see it happen because she probably would have murdered me then on the spot. But I did tell her about it later. And she didn't murder me then, thank God. I also learned that there's a new pride flag I didn't know about that has intersex inclusion. But I'm not gonna redesign my logos and stuff. Because I've already got the inclusive flag in there. and I don't think the yellow with the purple circle would look particularly good on my logo. So I think we got as much inclusion as we can right now. Y'all know me. I want to include everyone all the time. Aika, I'm so sorry. How are you feeling today, friend? Well, I'm glad nothing's broken. That is a plus side. You didn't break anything, and neither did I. We're both not broken, so that's a positive. We're only a little broken. Hey, Brian, how are you doing today? How was your weekend? 2 out of 10 is not great, but yeah, I understand how you could live with that, but 2 out of 10 is quite annoying. Pain-wise. Yeah, Aika, if the crutches are giving you bruises, you probably shouldn't be working, friend. Or walking. No working or walking for you for the foreseeable future. I feel like I've been gone for so long from y'all, and I am so glad to be back. I missed y'all, and I missed my stitching. Oh, you went to a birthday party on Saturday, and you have another one this Saturday. That's fun. Birthday parties are always a good time. Aika, they can't email you a doctor's note? Like, that should be a thing that should be easy enough to do, one would think. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry you have to deal with all of that, friend. That's a major bummer. Maybe next time be nicer to the stairs. JK. I feel like you're nice to everyone, Aika. Okay, next up we're moving kind of right along with the confetti. Well, yes, that is true. The stairs do seem to have something against you. We're moving on to 451. Let's see. Stairs and I are not friends, especially escalators and I after falling up the escalators. That was definitely one of the more impressively ridiculous things I have done in my life. We ate a lot of food. We went to the Whitney Museum, which had some really cool stuff in it. Hey, Magpie, how are you doing, friend? How was your weekend or your Monday or, whatever you're willing to share?
Hi.
Galadriel, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. How are you doing today? And Galadriel, if you're lurking, please just continue to hang out and lurk and ignore the call out. Nothing too exciting. You know, I love that we go on these like 4-day weekend trips and they're a lot of fun, but I do always come back feeling completely exhausted. Like, I am feeling the exhaustion today for sure. Annette and I, like, severely passed out last night. Hey, Cozy DH! Enjoy the lurk! We do have an exclamation point lurk command that will let me know that you're in lurk mode and don't want to be called out. If anyone... I forgot. Whoa. What just happened? Hold on, something just happened. Okay. Bye, Magpie! Enjoy your lurk! I gotta reconfigure some things real quick. My Wi-Fi or something went out for a second. There we go. Are we back? Everything back and good? Bonjour, Galadriel. Ça va? Oh, well, I'm glad you popped in. Bonsoir, mes amis. My French is not very good, so you must forgive me. And I appreciate your kind compliments. Most people don't do cross stitch this size. This is a work of insanity and a little bit of craziness. Brooke, I'm sorry you're not feeling well. Hopefully the medication will get better soon. Okay, I think everything is back up and running the way it's supposed to. Woo, okay, that was weird. Don't know what happened there, sorry, friends. Okay, our next color is less confetti than the ones we've been dealing with. Let's talk about a plan here. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh, merci, Galadriel. I took French for 4 years in high school and barely remember any of it. I need to practice again because we're going to be in Paris in March. So I think we're going to start over here with this one, get that one out of the way to help future Felicia. Then we'll come over here and do those 3 up. Then work down, come down and get these 2, come across to this one. And if we still have thread left, we'll come down and get these ones over here. But let's see how much thread we have left and we will go from there. Okay, 414. 414. Brooke, well, I hope it helps. And I hope eventually the nausea goes away and that you are able to feel better and get your stitch on. And other things one needs to do. That reminds me that during my breaks today, I need to change over the laundry. I am trying to be a good wife and get the laundry done and surprise my wifey with a bunch of folded, not necessarily folded, but a bunch of washed laundry. one out of the way. Well, I appreciate you saying that, Galadriel. It means a lot. Ozempic, I believe, was initially a diabetic medicine and is supposed to help with those things. I have not tried Ozempic myself. And I'm obviously not a doctor, so I can't give any medical advice. £8 pounds in 2 weeks is quite a bit. Hopefully it hasn't all been from nausea. Yeah, people are using it for weight loss instead of what it's meant to be for, and I believe it's causing shortages for people that are diabetic and do actually need it. Okay, just stitching these 4 here, and then we're gonna do a mark off so I don't lose my spot. Oh, Magpie, yay! I'm glad your niece is just smart and doesn't have any neurospicy tendencies. Sorry to hear she's lactose intolerant. That's a bummer, and I'm sorry to hear you are too. I myself am not at a healthy weight, and that was abundantly apparent in New York. The whole trip was very sweaty, and we did a lot of walking, and it led to a lot of soreness and unhealthiness. Hey, Erica, enjoy your lurk. It was definitely made abundantly clear to me that I am out of shape and need to work on getting fitter. So my goal is to hop on our indoor bike at some point this week. Oh good, I'm glad you grew out of it, because cheese is awesome, and cheese doesn't contain a ton of lactose, but the softer cheeses do contain just enough lactose to be annoying. Cheese is one of my favorite food groups, if you couldn't tell from my cheese tattoos. So I think about it quite often. Oh, we also had really killer ice cream in New York with olive oil and sea salt on top. It was delicious. We did all of the food things. We had drinks at this really cool bar in Grand Central Station. I forget what it's called. It's called Someone's Apartment. And it was all intricate wood paneling and amazing inside. You want to try a cronut? I have not tried a cronut, though they do sound intriguing. Autocorrect is not necessarily friends with you today, Aika. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. We gotta work with it. Okay, next we've got 3787. I'm gonna put 414 away, pull out 3787. I picked up Tilly from the kennel shortly before coming live, and I spent about an hour with her, and she wore herself out between the kennel and being so excited to see me that she is now back to being sprawled out on her little couch cushion. My adorable little monster. It's obnoxious how much I love that dog. Who would have thought that we could love these little creatures so much? Okay, so we've got the 3787 here. And then we're gonna travel to this one because it is close enough and we can just do it as a one-off. Tying off, tying back on, and tying off again would just use up as much floss as the travel would. She was so happy and she was so squiggly. It was very hard for me to put her collar and her leash back on her. And then, like, she did not want to leave me alone in the car while I was driving home. And then she ran around the house like crazy. I think she's going to be excited again when other mom gets home, and she'll have both of us that she can harass. It was super cute. And I posted that photo of her new toy. She is absolutely in love with her new toy. And if y'all are wondering what I'm talking about, we have a Discord server that you can join by clicking the link in my bio, or exclamation point Discord in the Discords in the Twitch. My brain and mouth is connecting. Aika's got it for us. And we have a section there where we post our doggies and our kitties and our other creatures that would be friends with Tilly. Okay, so for this color 926, I'm gonna hit this one over here first to help future Felicia. Then we'll hit those three. Depending on how much floss we have, then we'll travel over to here and work our way down over kind of in that direction is the general idea. So let's see how much floss we have and get that done. $926 is running low. I gotta check my inventory and see how much is in there. Hey, Aika, that is okay. Sometimes you just don't get the stitches in. I have a lot of stitches to catch up on, so I will be stitching for quite a while today, and if I wasn't so exhausted, I would stitch off the stream, but I am so tired today. I don't know that I'm gonna have the energy to stitch off screen. But I really need to. I think Saturday and Sunday we might have some extra long lives, just to get caught up. Hey Starshine, how's it going? Ika, I'm glad you had the energy to at least come and hang out with us. That means a lot to me. I'm glad to have you here, Fran. Nico, I feel like I would stab myself with double-pointed needles, and I would end up saying ouchie so much that I would get kicked off the live in like 5-10 minutes. I have not tried double-pointed needles, but I don't think it would go well. Sorry you're exhausted, Starshine. I am too. Well, I'm sorry your coin purse disappeared. That's a bummer. See, I like my needles a little sharp, so if they're not super sharp, then I'm not sure I would want to use them. I mean, mine are a little blunted to keep from damaging the floss, but they've still got a good little point on them. Oh, I'm glad your office is halfway to being an office. That is wonderful. Sounds like you got a lot of work done since I last talked to you. Twinkle Tony, thank you. I love my frame. My frame was a Christmas gift from my wife, and without this frame, I probably would not be able to do this project. Hello. Welcome from England. Just so those of you watching on TikTok know, I do dual stream on TikTok and Twitch. Twitch is my primary streaming platform, so if you're watching on TikTok and have Twitch, I highly recommend making the jump. But I can see comments from both sides. Yeah, I still like my TikTok because it's a really good way to grow my audience and like reach new people like Tony from England. But Twitch is also where my most ardent followers are now, and it's much more supportive of streamers. Switching to Twitch may actually let me switch to streaming full time eventually. I'm sorry you kept getting propositioned. That's not okay. Knock on wood, no one wants to proposition me. Green and purple sounds like a pretty cool office, Starshine. Where in England are you from, Tony? Bonsoir, Galadriel. Hopefully we'll see you soon. Thank you for joining in. Twinkle Tony, I understand being the stoner gay. I don't smoke as much as I used to, but I do understand. Well, hopefully your desk gets fixed and put together soon, Starshine. East Yorkshire, about an hour from Leeds. Okay, cool. I am going to be in London Paris, I'm going to be in London in November, and then Paris and Amsterdam in March. And possibly London in March. It depends on what my family decides they want to do. Town called Hull. I have never heard of it. Yeah, we're going for the World Butchering Challenge. My dad is the coach for the American butchering team. And the competition is in Paris this year. And then we're going to spread my mom's ashes in those 3 cities as a family. I hope you can make it to Amsterdam as well, Aika. I think that would be a lot of fun. Yes, meat butchering. My dad is a world-renowned meat butcher of all things. If you're interested in the competition, you can look up the World Butchers Challenge. We actually, when it was here where I live in Sacramento in 2022, and we spent a bunch of time hanging out with the captain of the Welsh team and one of the Welsh teammates. We ended up getting them completely inebriated. So inebriated they couldn't remember what hotel they were staying at, and we had to let them crash at our house. Good night, Twinkle Tony. Thank you for stopping in. Hopefully we'll catch you again soon. Oh, I need to trim that thread. Yeah, I felt bad for those poor Welsh boys, but not really. I thought it was funny. We have a local drink here at one of our local gay bars that is called an AMF. That stands for Adios Mother Effers. And the Welsh boys had never heard of adios or what the word adios meant. So we had to explain to them basically they were about to get completely tore up. And they did. I don't know if there's other places in the US that have AMFs, but they were not expecting it. You know, I'm gonna have to do a loop finish on this. It is just not cooperating. So let's mark off these stitches. Let's see what's next. Next we've got 8, so we're gonna put 926 away. And pull out 8. Yeah, I think they are absolutely foul. I think they are a terrible drink. But when you want to get someone jacked up, they are a good way to go. Ah, crud. I can't loop cert with that one. The thread is too small. Okay, what's after 8? After 8 is going to be 3768. Let's pull out 3768. 3768 is getting small. Of course it is. Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was a local one or not, but it sounds like they have them all over, and all over the world they do the same thing. Yeah, I do not really enjoy getting completely knackered anymore and inebriated, but it does happen sometimes. We got fairly intoxicated with my sister when we were in Manhattan. Okay, we're gonna run this through the back using the loop stitch. And then because I already have this needle threaded, we're gonna have to, we'll come back to 8 in just a minute. Well, Miko, like, I mean, if you're doing height instead of width, like, it just depends on how you put the thing on the scroll rods. Okay, let's discuss how we're doing this. So, in order to conquer this mess, we are going to start here, come down, come across, get these 2 here, go up for these 3, up here, and over to there. And that will be our process. If you ever have questions about what I'm working on, please let me know. I love questions and comments, and I'm willing to answer any of them. So please don't be afraid to ask questions if you have them. I mean, Miko, this, I have this at 48 inches on width, and it's going to be 110 inches. So it's going to keep getting rolled up, which might actually become a problem eventually. Come on. Okay, pull that through. Stitch this one here. We're gonna do some traveling on the back again. Wait, what problem? Did I say something about a problem? I don't remember. Okay, let's mark off those 3. Oh, rolling up could become a problem because I'm worried that when we roll it up, if you look in the small camera, it's gonna get too thick as it rolls to fit inside here. And so we're gonna have to find another way to put a grime guard on the top. And we also are gonna have to find a way to weight the bottom to counteract the weight on the top so that it's not constantly trying to flip over. Or I'm gonna have to change my stitching style and stitch in the same direction but opposite, if that makes sense. Well, so the problem is the top and the bottom pipe are the same size, but adding the stitching adds 2 to 3 millimeters. You're welcome, kitty. I'm glad you appreciate them. I like subtitles on everything, so when I found out I could put subtitles on it, I definitely made sure to. Unfortunately, I talk so much they end up taking up the whole screen. So as I get more rolls on it, Ika, I think it's going to get thicker and thicker, and afraid it's not gonna fit, if that makes sense. Okay, got that. Oh, Kitty! Thank you for joining, and I'm glad that you can enjoy this as well. We try to be as inclusive, as welcoming to everyone as possible. Maybe, I'm sure Miss Babs and I will come up with a solution of some sort. Kitty, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Know that if you watch any of my short videos, Kitty, all of the ones that have talking do have subtitles on them. If they don't have subtitles, it's because I'm not talking. I feel like Babs and I find problems with this project and then find ways to modify it. And eventually, my stand and setup is gonna look nothing like it started. And it's not necessarily about changing the opening, like the width of the pipe is only so thick. Like, I think we're gonna end up filling up the entire pipe with the rolled stitched fabric. Okay, let's mark all of these off. This is not pre-printed Aida, however you pronounce it. I think it is Aida. The autocorrect just told me it's Aida, or the captions. I draw on the grid with a water-soluble marker. So I'm drawing it on as I go. So you can kind of see, nope, you can't see it. Actually, you can see it on the smaller camera over here. It's not drawn in. Oh, that is not the right plus. Okay, now we are gonna go back to 8. Take care of 8. I'm hoping I can get at least 4 stitches out of this little strand, but we'll see. Counting stitches, yeah. The gridding actually helps quite a bit, and what I did is I gridded the top first, and then I worked my way all the way across to make sure that my gridding was accurate, and now I trust it a little bit more. But I still do lots of counting. The grid just helps make the counting a little bit easier. Okay, maybe with some travel, are we gonna get over to the other one? The magnets on my new StitcherX needle minders are very strong and keep attracting my needle, so I'm gonna have to get used to that. And Katie hasn't hopped on yet, but I need to remember that I gotta mail Katie her needle minders. It's too bad I'm not going to be able to get one more stitch out of this, because there's one little confetti stitch floating up there. Okay, let's mark those 4 off. Thank you for the follow. I'm sorry I can't read your name and the font that you used. My eyes are, it looks maybe like jam. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. If you have something specific you'd like to be called and I'm not calling you that, please let me know. Names are important, and I want to make sure I call people by the name they care about the most. Okay, so 8 is now getting put away. And now we actually have quite a bit of color to do here. So I think what I'm gonna do... Hey Lindy, welcome, thank you. Hey Psychic Macaroni. So I think what we're gonna do for 318 is we're gonna start here, stitch down, and then come back up, hit these 2, and then kind of work our way, if we can, over to get that one, and then finish this area. If we have enough floss, if we have more floss than that, then we'll come get this stuff over here, but I don't think we have that much floss. But let's look. So 318 is where it's at. Okay, that's what we're doing right now. I need to take a quick break, y'all. I will be right back. Kitty, this is Pattern Keeper. Just a moment, y'all. I gotta take this phone call. Sorry, y'all. That was the boss man known as my father. I do have to pick it up when he calls. Kitty, you never need to apologize for questions. I am more than willing to answer questions that keep the chat going and lively. So the program I'm using is Pattern Keeper. Psychic Macaroni, I'm glad you got all the stuff for your tarot piece. Kitting up is one of my favorite processes. And I'm a little bummed that it's going to be a long while until I kit up again. Pattern Keeper is available on Android, though from my understanding, Markup RXP is a higher quality program, but you have to pay more for it. I much prefer Pattern Keeper to pen and paper. I used pen and paper for about 20 years and then discovered Pattern Keeper in around 2023. And honestly, without Pattern Keeper, I wouldn't be able to do this project. Aika, enjoy your lurk. This project, just part 1 of 5, would be would be like 300 and something pages. So it'd be a little insane. I think I just saw someone named Tilly the Maltese join on TikTok. If you're still around, Tilly is the name of my dog, who is a Shih Tzu Yorkie Maltese blend. So yay, Tilly twins. Okay, so we've got these 6 of 318 done that we need to mark off. God, how hot it gets under these lights. I'm sweating up a storm. Okay, we've got this one down here, down a double hop. And then we're gonna move over to the right one and down to this one here. And then we've got a diagonal one to the right, down. Stitch in there. And then we have a little jump down to this area here. We got 2 right next to each other. I hate using long floss like this, but I wanted to, like, it was already cut and there were only 2 strands left. So I was like, screw it, let's do the long floss. And now it's knotting up and I am paying for it. Using long floss means you're gonna get knotty. Okay, so let's mark that section off so we don't lose ourselves. Oop, bumped the camera. Whoopsies. Bring ourselves over here more. Good night, kitty. Have a great time. Oh, you're in Ireland. I love Ireland. Have a great evening, and hopefully we will catch you again soon. Hey, Starshine, how's it going? Oh, I love the, thank you for posting the eye tillies, or heart eye tillies. My brain is working fine. I was like, Starshine, you've already been here. I know what's happening. I'm paying attention. It's fine. Okay. We're gonna come over here. And now we're working our way back up. Oh, hydration break. Thank you, Aika. I could definitely use some water. I am drinking from the big red cup today. Sorry you're so tired, Starshine. I completely understand. I am exhausted after my trip. And FYI, we do have an ad starting soon, so I will be taking a 3-minute break when the ad starts, and then I will be back. So take those 3 minutes to stretch, hydrate, eat, whatever, you know, use the bathroom, whatever you need to do. And then I will be back after a 3-minute break. And that should be starting soon. And we're actually not doing bad for the amount of confetti we've had, that we've got 104 stitches done. "104 stitches in our first hour is not the most terrible thing ever. Well, I hope your spouse does glue the 3 pieces back onto your desk today, so you're not upset. Okay, break time. We will be right back. Five Stitcher, good evening from Scotland. I love Scotland. I have a wee bit of Scottish ancestry. Oh, yay, join the stitching club. Oh, hold on.
Welcome to StitcherX. I'm Flea, and I'm here to live, laugh, and craft with compassion. The Nerd Nook is an environment safe for everyone. Our only rule is no hate. We know some nerds are chatty and some nerds are lurky, so feel free to enjoy the stream however you like. I'm willing to discuss anything and everything, so drop questions or comments in the chat. If you're enjoying the stream, you'll enjoy our Discord and switching from TikTok to Twitch. Click the link in my bio for all my socials, my website, merch, and that switch to Twitch. Welcome to the Nerd Nook. I'm glad you're here.
Anyway, so yeah, so my dad has Scottish ancestry and hails from the Shaw clan. And we have some really cool Shaw tartans that we have picked up from our family trips. What are you working on, Five Stitcher? Gosh darn it. Do that, but I screwed that up. Thank you for posting the Discord, Ika. You and Magpie are wonderful mods. Let's give a little shout out for our kick butt mods. We have Ika and Magpie here with us today, modding away. Keeping y'all in check. Okay, let's mark off what we've gotten done so I don't get confused. Oh, nice! I think the UK versions of the Harry Potter books are much cooler than the American versions. I especially like the UK adult versions. So we are trans inclusive here and do not support J.K. Rowling because she's a dirty turd. There is a lot more color in the UK versions, yeah. Oh well, I went way too far. Whoopsies. There, okay. Just stitching along. JKR is queen in her black mold castle. Yes. We were gonna be bad and go to the Harry Potter store when we were in New York because my wife and I do love Harry Potter, even though we don't like JK. But we didn't make it there this time. It is a really cool store. Tilly's now favorite toy is a Monster Book of Monsters plush that has squeakies. I've had to mend that toy once already, and I'm sure I'll have to mend it again soon. I didn't do the best job mending it, but it is a dog toy, so how much effort do you need to put into mending a dog toy? Okay. We are going to move over to here, and because it isn't been stitched in yet, I don't really care about traveling it. But I do want to make sure the part that has been stitched in gets traveled properly. I just realized I'm stitching with my other hand and might have to change the camera angle because I prefer to stitch this way. And my camera is not quite at the right angle for stitching with this hand. There we go. Yay, Magpie! Hopefully you get it done soon. Oh, Ika, our Tilly Bear has a plethora of toys to choose from and likes them all. But I think it's more like that this one just wasn't well made more than anything else. Damn it. I made an error, and now I'm a little stuck. Let's see if I can fix this without damaging the floss too bad. Okay, there we go. Got it. Wow, Brooke, that's great. That's definitely more than I have. I've only gotten 127 done so far. But I did have to take a 3-minute break, so I've only been stitching for 112 minutes, technically. Okay. Now we're gonna move over here, do these two. Yeah, I have a lot of stitching to catch up on, for sure. I am definitely much further behind than I would like to be. I'm gonna try to hit my my goal, my third benchmark every day this week. Hopefully on the live, but we'll see how that goes. We've probably got another 3 hours of stitching left. I've decided that my lives are gonna go basically until the wifey texts me that she's on her way home, and then I will hop off. And once the wifey texts me that she's on her way home, that gives me like 5-10 minutes to hop off and be a good wife and have a beverage ready for her. So we are trying to be healthier after our indulgent trip to New York City, in which we were massive consumers. Okay, let's mark off what we've gotten stitched here, so I know where I am at, and y'all do too. Okay. Oh, I hope your friend does wear hats, Psychic Macaroni. And I hope your friend is appreciative of the gift you are making for them. Ah! Okay, let's trim this down so that we don't have a frayed end. Shift my legs a little bit. Okay, now we can come back over here I had to get that one little confetti stitch out of the way. And this will probably be our last row of this color. We've got a 2 single hop and then a 3. And if we're lucky, we can get 5 out of this piece of floss chicken. Floss chicken! Okay, 2 more to go. Okay. There we go. Only need to get 100 more stitches done this hour to be on time. Wait a minute, that's not, hold on, something's not correct. I think Pattern Keeper stopped working. Yes, it did. Okay, there we go. Sorry, just caught that, y'all. Hey, and look, we're at 5.5% as of today. Yay, 5.5%. Okay, now we are gonna do 890. And depending on how much 890 we have, we are going to work our way up here, come all the way down to those, and then get these here and probably tie off because there's nothing else to get. So let's see what we can get done. And we gotta put away 318. Pull out 890. Okay. Oh. There we go. Let's go back to this way because I switched hands again. We're at that weird, awkward spot where it's not easy to tell which hand is easier to stitch with. In a few more blocks, I'll definitely switch to the other hand, but I don't have my setup ready for switching to the other hand. That requires rearranging things. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Yep. And we're gonna travel under. Hey, being the fun aunt is great. My wife and I are the fun aunts because we don't want to have kids. So, let alone take care of children. So, fun aunties it is. Not naughty, naughty, not. Okay, now we are going to come over here and get one away from there. Yup, 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 yup. Being the fun aunt is where it's at. Got a couple of kids we're the fun auntie for. Oh, I didn't realize there are people that think choosing not to have kids makes you selfish. And I think the opposite of is true. I think sometimes having kids is selfish. But not having them, if you don't want them, is the least selfish choice. IMO. This is such a pretty green. I really do love this green color. Ika, take a rest. Take care of yourself, friend. Have a good one. Hopefully we will catch you tomorrow. Okay, and now we're gonna do 3 stitches of 500. We love you too, Ika. Rest well, friend. Getting our dark greens done. Oh, I just had a fun idea. Psychic macaroni, and that's totally responsible. If there's a genetic link to migraines or a genetic thing that you have that you don't want to pass on, then not having kids is the responsible choice, in my opinion. I just came up with fun challenges for when I get more followers. Doing a stream where I have to get as many stitches as I have followers. Right now, that wouldn't be a very long stream. At least not on Twitch. It would be Twitch followers, not TikTok followers. TikTok followers, that would be like a 5-day constant stream. Excuse me. Okay. We're just gonna get this little stitch up here out of the way, and then we'll be on to our next color. The stream that never ends. Yeah, the only way if that works is if I'm able to full-time stitch and Annette goes out of town. Start saying that is a very fair reason not to have kids. Not bringing someone into a family that you don't think is healthy is a very good reason, in my opinion. Okay, putting 500 away. Ooh, there it is. And now we are pulling out 645. Okay. So let's see. How do we want to do 645? I really don't. Okay, so depending on how much floss we have, if we have a lot of floss, we are going to start down here, come across, and work our way up. If we don't have a lot of floss, we are going to do the opposite. So let's see what we got going on. I'm sorry, your family's a hot dumpster fire. I have an inkling of what that is like. Okay, so we do not have a ton of floss. So we are going to stitch down instead of up. Hey, Atlanta, how are you doing? I got it right this time, right, Atlanta? Taking a short stitching break. Fun. Breaks are good. We just had one here. Well, actually, that was like 20 minutes ago. Wait, I missed that. You have an uncle that has 6 different wives. Wow, that is impressive. 6 different wives is a lot of wives. Relationship hopper, huh? Yeesh. To each their own, I guess. And as long as he's not hurting anyone, you do you, boo-boo. That is indeed messy, though. Wait, she married and divorced the same guy 4 times? That's impressive. Like, that is a talent right there. I tried the polyamory thing once. It was definitely not for me. Ooh, that is some Liz Taylor vibes. Look at that throwback. Nice. Oh, Liz Taylor. boy, Psychic McKenna. That is, wow. I almost got married on Halloween to my first fiance. But I was also like 19, so my first engagement was not the best decision ever. Ooh. Okay, next up we have 3813. And I think what I want to do, because there is a fair amount of this, is I want to start with this one over here, come down, work my way up through these, get this one and this one, then travel over to these, down and up, across, down, and over, and if we have more floss than that, we'll worry about the rest, but I don't think we're gonna have more floss than that. Okay, 645 to 3813. This poor 3813 bobbin has seen better days. We do not have a ton of floss, so we will see how much we can get done. How like with a s'mores bar does sound pretty fun. My my parents had already put down the down payment for the hall when we called up the engagement for my first engagement, and I've only had two, by the way. One didn't work, one did work. And so they decided to throw their 25th wedding anniversary on that night, even though it's not when they got married. And my ex and I ended up going to the party together because we had gotten back together. So we attended what was supposed to be our wedding night as guests. My 20s were messy, if y'all haven't caught on to that yet. You die on that hill, Psychic Macaroni. Okay. You know which hills you care about? You do you, boo-boo. An engagement sword. That's funny. I like the idea of an engagement sword. I definitely did not get an engagement sword from my wife. An engagement watch is a cute idea. Annette and I both exchanged engagement rings. But we had known we were already engaged when we had the engagement rings made. We just didn't have the rings yet. And then for our engagement photo shoot, we exchanged rings, and neither of us had seen our rings yet when we did the exchanging. It was very cute. It worked out quite well. We did a fun little photo shoot in San Francisco. That's a cool idea, Psychic Macaroni. I like that. My wife wouldn't. My wife would not be down for that. She does not like swords as an aesthetic, although I do have a cavalry sword under our bed in case anyone ever breaks in the middle of the night. I have a cavalry sword and bear mace because I figure if someone breaks into our house, me charging at them with a can of bear mace and a cavalry sword while butt naked will probably make them leave faster than if I had a gun. And that's what we call an attack lesbian. Okay, we got one more stitch in this color, and we actually had just the right amount of floss to get what we needed to done. So that is nice. Okay, our next color is 3362. Pull that out. Okay, 3-8. 1-3 gets put away. 3362 comes out. Need to find it. Let's see how much we got here. We got a good amount, so we're gonna do 2, trim, and then do 3, and then move on to our next color, which I believe is a very pretty violet. And we got some light confetti we gotta fill in. Feed me and tell me I'm pretty. You know, I might use that line, Psychic Macaroni. Although I don't necessarily want to be told I'm pretty, but it is nice sometimes. Maybe for me it's feed me and tell me that you love me. Need a gender neutral term. Like, I don't want to be pretty, but I don't want to be handsome either. What is a good gender neutral term that is somewhere between pretty and handsome? Anyone got any ideas? I like that. Feed me and tell me that I'm aesthetically pleasing. Oh, I do use them interchangeably, Ilanta, depending on how I'm describing, but very rarely do I feel pretty. I feel handsome more often than I feel pretty, but I also don't love handsome. Feed me and tell me I'm aesthetically pleasing. Yeah, I might have to start using that. And we'll see what the wifey says tonight when I say it to her. feel like sexy is its whole own different beast. Ooh, Bonnie in Scottish can be used for all. I like that. Feed me and tell me I'm Bonnie. I like that. I want to go back to Scotland. It's been like 6 years since I've been to Scotland. I quite enjoyed Scotland when I was there. Hmm. For some reason, my Stream Deck keeps disconnecting. Nope, looks like everything is frozen. Okay, interesting. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Something weird happened. My computer got funky again. It's not liking some stuff, so I think I got it fixed. Atlanta, that's hilarious. Ah, Starshine, isn't that the dream though, friend? 3362 can now get put away. Hello, Ian. Welcome, welcome. How are you doing today? Okay, for some reason my Wi-Fi just fritzed out for a minute. I think I'm back now. Okay, so we are going to be doing 30. And 30, we are going to come down here and hit those, then move over here, and then come back down and probably tie off. So that is our plan for 30. I have a friend that is a doctor, but yeah, we definitely need more friends that are doctors to move to the island. That would be in all of our best interests to have a doctor friend on said island. Okay, so we've got 2 here of 30. And then we are going to travel down here. Can't wait until I'm out of this stupid fresco. This fresco is so complex. and so many different color changes that it's very difficult to stitch. My tension is not doing what I want it to today, and that's because it got completely loosened on that end. Okay, now we are going to travel all the way up here. Yeah, I agree. We got to find some doctors. Someone go to med school and get right on that, Kay? Nurses help, but I thought we were just talking about not liking your family. So I don't know if they would be invited to Starshine's Island. I used to talk about my zombie apocalypse plan all the time, and then the wifey pointed out to me that because of her heart condition, she would not survive the zombie apocalypse. So I don't talk about that plan very often anymore because I want the wifey to be around. Okay, we got that done. I think this should push us into the 200 range, which means we are probably going to hit our benchmark. Ah, okay, Psychic Macaroni. Just wanted to make sure. Yeah, Five Stitcher is a nurse and says they're much better than medics. My benchmarks have gone up a little bit because I've gotten behind. But I think we're definitely going to hit 269 today. For sure. Okay, we got a single one off of 5 real quick that we're going to bust out. Gotta cut a new length for it. I hate having to cut a new length for one stitch. Starshine, well, I'm sorry you've had issues with medics. I'm lucky that I have not had a ton of medical issues in my life. I mean, that's only kind of true. Now that I'm thinking about it. Never mind, ignore me. Disregard that last statement. Okay, got that one off done. We've got 8 more stitches in this square, and they're all different colors. Yay, my favorite. Wait, you had a seizure and the guy stuck his finger in your eye to see if you were faking? What the hell? Honestly, I have not had very many interactions with medics, so I would not know. Okay, 3042. Let's see what we got. By medics, do you all mean like EMT workers? Ah, Fife, to you, medics means doctors. Okay. And I do agree, there is a certain point where doctors do know more than nurses, or nurses know more than doctors, because nurses do more of the bandaging, doctors do more of the running of the tests and the diagnosing. At least that is what my advanced experience in watching Grey's Anatomy has taught me. Because watching all the seasons of Grey's Anatomy is like having a medical degree, isn't it? Yeah, Sergeant, yeah, medics in the line of duty is one thing. Interpersonal medics, I don't know much about those at all. Okay, 3747. I am so sorry that happened to you, Brooke. That sounds terrible. I guess luckily or unluckily for me, the only time I've ever been hospitalized is for the Crazy Pants Hospital, which I have been to twice. A week each time. And me being the crazy little psycho I was when I was hospitalized as a teenager, played some not very nice pranks on my fellow people in the hospital. I may have been hospitalized on Halloween when I was 15 and convinced a bunch of the other patients on the hospital ward that the adults were going to break out and come kill us while leaning with my back against the light switch and flicking it on and off. Starfan, that's a really dumb reason to 5150 someone. I've been 5150'd by twice. 5150 is the police code for a person that is a danger to themselves or others for mental health reasons. I believe. But basically it just means you're put on a 72-hour hold in the hospital, and if they can, they send you to a psych ward. Oh, Magpie, that's a bummer. 9.5 stitches, you need another length. That's the worst. Three, 3, 4, 5 is getting put away. Oh, yikes. I'm sorry you went through that, Starshine. Well, have fun learning how to use the grill, Psychic Macaroni. That sounds like that'll be a delicious meal. If you're comfortable, post the photos in the food section on the Discord. Tonight for our dinner, we are having a mixed green salad with grilled chicken, pears, blue cheese dressing, walnuts, and dried cranberries. And we cheated by getting already cooked grilled chicken because neither of us wanted to cook. Okay, we have ads starting soon, y'all. Chicken nuggets are decent for an adult to have for dinner. I haven't had chicken nuggets in a while. I'm a little afraid of chicken nuggets. Okay, we've got 3364 up next. Okay, 3364 is wrapped up on another bobbin, which is making it difficult. Silly 3364. Hey Maha, how you doing, Fran? Glad you caught us. Doing good, doing well, hanging out. Okay, and we're back. Okay, we are working on 3364. I kind of like this rushing to do chores while on my live breaks. Helps me get stuff done quickly. We're definitely further behind than I wanted to be, but we got a lot of confetti going on today. Okay, next is 986. Five Stitcher, what kind of nurse are you? Yeah, Maha. I mean, because of my depression, I don't work as much as I should, but I work for my family business, so I get a little bit more grace, so I don't have to do the FMLA sick leave thing. But, oh, hold on.
Welcome to StitcherX. I'm Flea, and I'm here to live, laugh, and craft with compassion. The Nerd Nook is an environment safe for everyone. Our only rule is no hate. We know some nerds are chatty and some nerds are lurky, so feel free to enjoy the stream however you like. I'm willing to discuss anything and everything, so drop questions or comments in the chat. If you're enjoying the stream, you'll enjoy our Discord and switching from TikTok to Twitch. Click the link in my bio for all my socials, my website, merch, and that switch to Twitch. Welcome to the Nerd Nook. I'm glad you're here.
I'm sorry you had a manager quit and they're not considerate of your migraines. Psychic Macaroni. Adult nurse in critical care, 5 Stitcher. You're definitely welcome on my island. $986 gets put away. Pulling out 501. I mean, I'm also one of those people that would have a really hard time kicking people off. Like, who deciding who gets to come to my island? Be like, everyone gets to come, everyone's in. Some of the stuff that's considered a disability and some of the stuff that's not considered a disability is frankly shocking in this country. That is understandable, Maha, but I feel like everyone needs accountants. Yeah, I mean, if you're not getting in trouble for it, I would keep writing it out. So, y'all, I am so sorry to disappoint, but I am starting to ouchie out. Enjoy your soup, Psychic Macaroni. My thumb is starting to hurt me, and I've already said ouchie a couple times under my breath, and I was pretending that I didn't say it. and hoping that y'all didn't hear it. But I think I'm gonna do this color and the next one and then ouchie out and do the rest of my stitching for the day off the live. I will be back tomorrow. My goal, I'm trying to get to the point where I am live every day from 2 to 6 p.m. California time. I'm not quite there yet. The stupid wound on my thumb does not help. Although it is much better. It is a much better wound. It's almost completely scabbed over. But now the scab is starting to peel a little bit from futzing with the needle. So, unfortunately, I have to take care of my stupid hand so I can keep stitching. Yay, 5-stitcher! And just so y'all know, my primary streaming platform is on Twitch. It is easier to be a part of the full conversation on Twitch. And you can find that by clicking the link in my bio. But we're usually just a good time and hang out, and I always try to post in our Discord when I go live. Okay. Yay, you got your embroidery cross-stitch grading square done. Congratulations, Magpie. My live will be a little bit later tomorrow, probably at 3 p.m. because I have a work thing I gotta do for the regular job. Yes, please post in the Discord, that thing that my brain is blanking on right now. Black. Okay, we got one more color, 934. Let's see how much of it we have. Oh, my thumb is really hurting more than I expected. For those that are new to my lives, a couple weeks ago I sliced off a part of my thumb with a mandolin because I wasn't using a guard like a dodo, and it is still healing. So it is quite sore and tender where it is still healing, and it just so happens that that spot is right where I grab the needle when I'm pulling through on the back. Hey Magpie, since you're the mod that's on, can you look and see who is cross-stitching right now so we can go and raid out? I'm gonna start down here. Hey Tom, your husband did that once and you bought him cut-proof gloves, but he still won't go back. LOL. I'm not. Yeah, I should have been using the guard and I was not. And I actually said the words, "I don't need the guard, I'm a professional," and then in the next slice cut off part of my finger. Sadly, I am a professional and still cut off part of my finger. It's like a really common injury in the kitchen workplace. I've had many a coworker slice off part of their thumb. Oh, Anne! Oh, that's terrible. I'm so sorry. Kitchen injuries are the worst. Wow, Duo, Spy Guy, and Cartoon Therapy are online. Let's I don't think we've done cartoon therapy, so let's do cartoon therapy. Have we done cartoon therapy? I know we've done Duo and Spy Guy, but I don't think we've ever done cartoon therapy. That name sounds new to me. I need to start keeping a raid log. Okay, I'm gonna tie this off, and then we can raid out. We got 219 done on the live today. Not quite hitting our first benchmark. Well, I hope you heal quickly, Anne. For those of you watching on TikTok, I will be logging off soon. We are going to do what's called a raid on Twitch and hop into someone else's live. I will be back tomorrow, hopefully around 3 p.m. California time, and I will be able to catch you then. Let's go check out the cartoon guy, or cartoon therapy.
Okay, let's just say, okay, let's just guess this one.
There we go.
Link
Cartoon
apart.
therapy. Oh, looks like they're on a break. Oh no. Okay, well, they're on a break. Let's see. I feel like I've done Duo recently. Let's do, I have one. Let's try this one. We are gonna go to Zarustana. Okay, let's do this. Bye, y'all. I really appreciate your time and energy. Thank you for joining me.